Hello, Mr. Norman. This is David here. Just checking in for my week 1 and 2 milestone. Yep. So now that I got your email, and actually once I got the video, and I actually checked your channel, and then I found my the feedback from last week. So that helped out a lot. Now I kind of understand a lot better as far as like what I'm supposed to be doing, and um, I can do busts all day long, so it wasn't really a big deal to do an extra. It's just extra practice, right? So it's just I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. Um, so now that I understand, the reason I submitted the Google form so late is because I thought it was meant to be submitted like when you were done with the assignment. So that's why I submitted it so late. Anyway, so here is my bust. I have some eyes, separate subtool, um, with the idea that they would be rigged. I've got a little bit of a problem here in the back with some holes. I'm going to try to fix it up, but if you have any pointers about how to fix that kind of stuff. Also, like, I have this little fold in the geometry, and that was coming from like two parts of sculpting that kind of was like overriding itself, and then that kept coming back no matter what I would do to it. So yeah, sometimes I try to do inflate, sometimes I try to use, see, then that happens. So any ideas that you might have to help me out with that? Maybe form soft helps out. I don't know. Um, it kind of started because the way this ear didn't come out the way I liked it, as the way I normally do my ears. I usually mask the area off and then kind of draw it out with the clay buildup. And I keep drawing until I get something that's like way out there, and then I go on the back of the ear and just cut away at it, holding down the Alt key to get this space, and then I start forming the inside of it, smoothing it out and stuff like that. So that's the process that I go through to get my ear. Also, see, yeah. So here is with my picture. I tried to create like a picture similar to 3D SK. So I took, I had, my wife took a photo from the right, or, from my profile, and from the left actually, and then I had my camera take a time shot for the portrait. And you can see still got some work with the eyes, got to fix them up, straighten them out a little. And get a little bit more detail in here, but tried to get a lot of the major forms. This sort of sinusy, nasally area. Oops. And the form of the nose, form of the mouth, and the ears. Funny enough, I'd always wanted to do self-portrait in ZBrush, so now's my chance. And eventually I'd like to do something like Rodin did with his self-portrait. That would be kind of cool. Finally, just so you know, by the way, I noticed on my feedback video that you had written David Soto, and that's my. It's kind of a long story. It's my dad's name, but I I'm a DJ. Actually, I work in Dubai right now, and obviously my real name or my legal name is Claybo, and not many people could pronounce that. So for DJ purposes, and when I set up my YouTube account a long time ago, I set it up as David Soto. So that's why you see that name, but my submission is in David Claybo. And yeah. Also, being that I'm working in Dubai right now, I'm about 8 hours ahead of everyone. So I have different hours, different timings. I usually have to wait till 5, 6 at night before everyone starts waking up over in Florida. So just sometimes timing or getting in touch, it's a bit difficult for me, or it can be challenging, especially if I DJ that night. Then that's like everyone's working hours. So I'll try to find you on Skype. Oh, one more point I wanted to add is there's this little lump here and this thing, and actually in my head I have that. So that was on purpose. I have kind of like these things that stick out of the back of right behind my ear. Maybe it actually should be a bit higher now that I think about it. Should be up here. And I have this kind of lump which maybe should be a little bit lower. That just at the back of my head. So that was on purpose. But here I am, trying to get as much of the detail as I could. Any pointers or feedback would be most welcome. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks again for the feedback. Now that I'm kind of know what I'm doing, that really helps a lot. So looking forward to turning into something nice. All right, catch you on the flip side. Thanks a lot.